Luca, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? You're my guest.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum? Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
And tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Luke looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Oh wow. Brother and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly this one, like this one. Mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty cool. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not much out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. Around here, it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flower. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime. He flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all of Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was that your old school? Most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing about having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. You cared enough to keep them, is all. Okay, can I ask you something? Of course.
Woo! Superhero landing! Yeah, that's really hard on your knees.
Dang, did that hurt? I'll be honest. Hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
You ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rollo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you do, or what you want? Unless you... what am I reading? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? With hugs. I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little. Don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold it all in, you're going to pop. So then, what do you do? When you don't know what to do? I never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something anyway. Something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints to the storm.
I'd like to speak to your manager.
Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I want things to go back the way they were. Everyone tell me it's gonna be alright. Things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Squeaky! Whoa. Let me try. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow! Bring me dinner. Meow, meow, meow. Meow.
Voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow. I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rolo at the festival? Sure, sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rolo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rolo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
This is what I tell myself as I head to the treehouse. Yep. Hi, Batty. Hey, Don. Tracking down the lead? You bet. Heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age, who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo. So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep. Or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper. So what does farming have to do with that? That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How'd you find all this out? Good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Okay, well, bye. You should really stop reading outside. Ooh, what's in here? Oh no.
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Sharper Valentine. Young Sharper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to
Great
harness.
animation.
Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here in Beacon Pines. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck, a scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Sharper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Sharper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Capital Remembrance Fund.
Oh, that was boring. Unhelpful. That too. Over here. Why are you still open? Excuse me, what are you doing? I'm just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. Storm set us back a bit, and we're just getting late, so we all decided to. You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware your job involved deciding things. We are all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir, very much so. Do you want to be the ones to tell the town we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir, we'll work till the task is done. See that you do. I'll harvest awaits, as I go off and do nothing. Nope, still no beetles. What was that? Hello, are you still up there? I'm sorry. Sorry, Rolo isn't. I'm sorry, Rolo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Never come back. Never.
I had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. It's just a little late.
Rolo scoffed.
Rain held me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? Storm got bad and now we got worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't even made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. Doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, that storm rolled in out of nowhere. And I got stuck out after dinner at Beck's.
Lucas stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends? Not like that, Rolo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to Mission Control. It's going to be a surprise. It took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care. Guy. I knew you'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I kept my word. Because that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. And you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rolo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storm brings more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least Pa is still
The
around.
words hung in the cold
Ooh.
night air.
That's a sharp one.
Rolo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luca, hey. Good night, Rado. Stop it with all the swearing.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Yay. Call me a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rolo. Look at me and my amazing family. Whee! Rose thinks I'm still going to the festival with him. He can push something. I guess I'm never supposed to make new friends. Yeah. Luca?
Jan cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. I'm gonna get up there. Okay, I'll leave the oatmeal by the door. Wait, wrong accent. I've got to run out and take care of some things. Okay, I'll be back to check in later. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I bet Roy's gonna go to the festival. It's gonna be miserable. Roy thinks I'm still going to the festival with him. No. Okay, guess I go back
Luca
to sleep.
dozed off again.
Luca, I see you didn't even eat your oatmeal. I'm hungry. Well, just in case, keep going to that voice. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here for you. Rolo came by. What do you say? He wanted to talk to you. What do you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So, your plan is to just sit in your room all day? Very much. I need to pop away again for a minute. You decide to end your pity party and go outside. I think it'd do some good. Now that
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
there's never anything interesting at a festival anyway. There we go.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rolo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art.
In a book?
Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rolo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beckmo Will. She said you met yesterday? What'd she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh, she seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rolo, didn't you? Yeah. Can I come in? Maybe later. But it's my room too. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table. In case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad? Where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him, older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face, and all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me.
No, you're not me! I would never say anything like that, ever!
Persona!
Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad. If you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Thank you all for watching. You're welcome to come see me record these episodes live at twitch.tv/SuperBunnyBun. You can also come say hi on Twitter at SuperBunnyBun. But most importantly, I'd really appreciate it if you could like yourself, comment about how awesome you are, and subscribe to Happy Thoughts. And until next time, stay spicy and huggable. Bye!